How's everybody? Great. Today I just felt I woke up so excited and with a lot of happiness and joy in my heart, and I just felt I need to share this message. Today I want to talk about emotional intelligence. Why would I want to talk about emotional intelligence? Man, you drive down the road, you meet the lady at the cashier, you talk to somebody at work. People are so tense. People are so angry. People are so aggressive, and there's not much joy and light in the room. And I figured, what best way to come across to those people that might be thinking that who they have become is who they are as a result of all the things that they have been through. Because we are all a result of what we've been through. All the things that have happened to us today were a result of those things. So, talk about emotional intelligence. The first thing is this. Look, we all grow up, perhaps, there are kids that grow up in families where, a lot of things have happened to it. They either have been really mistreated as kids, abused, and, not loved. And thus, when they grow older, the best way to protect themselves from all of that is through anger and bitterness. So it's not really that's who they are, it's just that they have to find a mechanism to protect themselves from all the negative and all the hurt that these people are trying to subject onto them. So you sort of grow up like that, and you find yourself responding to people, either your co-workers or your lover or your friends or anyone that you may come across in life, as somebody who's very bitter and cynical and angry. And they may not know why, but we all know that behind every anger there's pain. People don't just choose to become angry and whatnot. It's because they've been hurt. And the unfortunate part of it all is that, they haven't found the best way of dealing with that pain. And thus they go around spreading it and finding, that to be the way to come across in life. It's a very painful experience to go through, and Newton's law states that, an object remains in motion unless acted on by an opposite and equal force, so that if nothing ever happens to neutralize that person's thinking, then they sort of just come across as like that for the rest of their life. And let's be honest, where do our emotions come from? Our emotions come from our thoughts, our habitual way of thinking. So if somebody were to say something to you, and that's how you have always behaved and reacted to the situation since you were a baby, if nothing ever changes, if enlightenment or knowledge or information that makes you change the way you react ever happens to come across you, you continue to be the same way. Unless something happens to you that changes who you are, that gets in touch with your spirit and renews you, people continue to be the same way. And the unfortunate part is we lose the relationships with the people that we have around us. They can't be fun around us. They can't be themselves. They can't be loving. They can't be joyous. They're even afraid to talking to us, because of who we are, because we're just so angry. And when you're that way, people sort of, protect themselves by staying away from you, because they know that should they say one thing wrong, then it's just going to blow out of proportion. So, it's a sad part, that can be one way. You can grow up that way, and hopefully something changes you along the way. Or some kids grow up very happy. We grow up as very happy. We come from loving parents, and they treated us well, and life was really good. And then we grew up. We either went to high school, where we find some jerks that were what you call bullying, or maybe you live with somebody that is really aggressive, and they're taking out their anger on you. And you might have been somebody that was raised with biblical principles that say if somebody hits you this side, you gotta let them hit you the other side. But how long? You get tired of always just being the nice, sweet person that is understanding and doesn't really want to bring trouble to everyone, because this person is relentless. They keep treating you like bad forever. And no matter how much nice you try to be to them, it just doesn't help the situation. So you find yourself becoming aggressive and angry to protect yourself from them. But what we don't unconsciously realize is we pick up their personality, their way of reacting to life, their way that they come across, and we start becoming these angry people to defend ourselves from them. But the unfortunate part that we don't realize is that's who we become. You know, that's the kind of behavior that we start becoming like. And you know, the unfortunate part is, for example, I grew up a very happy kid. I grew up, you know, fairly happy. My mother treated me well. My family was quite loving and whatnot. But then along the way, I started living with somebody that was really, really angry. And they treated me really bad. And despite the fact that I would still go to church and they would try and, you know, I would talk about my problems, I still felt this huge burden on my heart every time I had to go home and face this person. So it was a really hostile environment for me. And what I began to do is I began, you know, drinking, and I started becoming really aggressive around this person. And I did that to protect myself from them. But what I did not realize was that I was becoming this person. And then even though the behavior perhaps might have stopped because the person was realizing that now I could no longer stand for his nonsense, I had already taken on that personality. It was so much a part of me anymore that I didn't even realize it. That I unconsciously became an aggressive and angry and bitter person that was so cynical and was always looking for a fight in anything. I was just not a joyous person. Not because that's how I grew up, but I adopted that behavior, which is why they say, I suppose, that friends, you know, birds of the same feathers flock together. You know, there's no way you can live around an angry, aggressive person for this long and it not boil down onto you, or it can be infected into you. And then I became this person. But the beautiful thing about life is that later on, you can sort of wake up and be like, hey, why am I coming across as this person? I claim to be a very loving and understanding and joyous person that loves people, but I'm angry. I come across as a very angry person. And, you know, there's no way you can say you're loving and understanding and still come across as that. Who you come across as is who you are. So it is something like a reflection process to say, if this is who I'm coming across as, I guess that's who I am. And then you can take on the responsibility to say, hold on, I cannot let things to continue to be this way. You know, the thing about life is this: we cannot control what happens to us. We cannot control what kind of environment we're born into, or what kind of family members that we have, or what type of boss, you know, we have at work, and how people come across. And we cannot control all the variables that happen outside that affect us. But one thing we do have absolute control over is how we respond to the situation. It is the only power that cannot be taken away from us. It doesn't matter what anyone can do. You have every right, every power, every single little ounce of power inside of you to say, hold on, I'm not going to behave the same way that I behaved, you know, some time ago. I'm no longer going to be that person. I'm no longer going to come across as what you think I should be yet. I can choose a new attitude. I can choose to become somebody new. I can choose, you know, we cannot erase the past. We can't. We can't erase the pain that was inflicted on us, how people were treating us, and how we were unfairly and abusively raised by either our parents or the grown-ups that were around us, or the teachers that we grew up, you know, as our educators. We cannot be in control of anything outside that may influence how we feel and how we react to life and how we respond. But one thing we do have the power over is how we choose to react or respond to whatever happens outside. So I may not have decided that I was going to become an angry person, but I unconsciously picked up that behavior. You may not have decided to become an angry person. I know it is because of the pain that we've been through, but I want you to know something. That the future does not have to become the same way as the past. Things do not have to continue to be the same way. Choose to be a loving person. Spread love. Be somebody that your family likes being around, or your friends, or your colleagues, and become somebody that says, hold on, man, I'm not going to come across as life like that. I'm created out of love. You know, the Bible tells us so. And because you're created out of love, choose to be somebody that expresses love. Choose to become somebody that leaves every group of people that you meet better than you found them. Choose to become somebody that is so intelligent in how they respond to people that they do not let their emotions take over. Do not go into automatic mode. Just because somebody is saying something that you don't like or doing something that you cannot tolerate doesn't mean that you have to go back and behave in the same way you behaved when you were 10 or 11 years old. You're an adult now. You're in control. There's no more pain to be inflicted onto you unless the one that you allow. Somebody might have been doing the same thing 10 years ago and you might have been angry at it. But today, you can decide that I'm no longer going to let that person get me angry. Because I like asking people this question. Is it possible that somebody can get you angry? And most people, because of how they have habitually conducted themselves for so long, they say yes, it is. People do all sorts of things, man. There's no way you cannot be angry if somebody does want to, and they give me all sorts of examples, and I'm saying, yeah, you know, I understand, indeed. Maybe some of these can be painful, but do you not choose to get angry? Is there something that somebody might have done to you, and you got angry at some point, and then they did it again and again and again, and at some point you decided, you know what, there's no point for me being angry about this thing anymore, because this person will never stop doing it. What happened then? You chose how you're going to respond. And because you chose how you're going to respond, that puts you in power. It says that you can do that in all other areas of your life. That you do have power to respond how you want to come across as how you want to come across. That something that used to get you angry, you can laugh at today. Why? Not because everything is well, not because that person is not a jerk, not because that person is not who they used to be. No. But because you have chosen to become somebody different. Because you want to create love and a joyous moment and everything just be happy around you. You know? I promise you, I'm the happiest person that I know. I wake up and I laugh at myself in the mirror. And I enjoy being all by myself and I'm happy. Why? It doesn't mean that my past did not cause me any pain. It doesn't mean currently I'm not going through some things that are causing me pain. No. But because I have chosen to direct my days, to be in control of my emotions, to stop abusing myself. Because a lot of people are dying not because of some variables outside, but because it is because of their self-inflicted pain. Because of how they choose to process that in their heart and their bodies can no longer take the amount of stress that they put on themselves. I believe that everything will work out in my favor. And thus, there's no need for me to be aggressive anymore. There's no need for me to hold on to that pain. I want to create a beautiful future. I want to become somebody that is loving and understanding to people. So I am careful of how I process information. And thus, I'm in charge of how I respond to it. So I'm saying to you, baby, that you have the same choice. That you can choose to be happy. Not because everything is well, but because you want to create a better future. But because you want to become a beacon of hope, of love, of joy. And everybody around you can feel the energy inside of you radiating. And just want to be around you because you're this happy person. No, it's not a fake feeling. No. It is the true essence of life. You were brought out here to be happy. And happiness is not a source. It's not something that comes outside. It's something that you source from the inside. It is when you look at your future and your past and you say, you know what? I know my future is going to be better than my past, and based on that, I am not going to be a better person. I'm not going to be angry. Why? Because I do not want to spoil my future just as spoiled as my past is. So you have the choice. It's up to you. You have the choice every single day to be a happy, loving, joyous person. And I'm saying, choose it, baby. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy because that is your divine right. And when you go to your resting bed in your 60s and your 70s, you can think about the amount of people whose lives you have touched and how positively you have touched them and how they've become better people because you have radiated that energy. You have set them free of their pain. You have shown them that it is possible to have a painful past but have a beautiful future. I believe you can do it. I believe so. It's a painful process, but if you started 2 years from today, several months from now, you can watch how you're responding to things and decide to choose to respond in a way that empowers you. And that person that used to think can get you angry can now become a source of amusement because you are in control of how things are going on in your life. So I say cheers, and remember you have all the power in your life to decide how your life is going to turn out. To decide to be happy every single day. Because every single day is the only time that you have, it's the only moment that you have. Choose to be happy. Do not take away the moments of your lives being angry. Choose to be happy. It's your divine right. Cheers, and I hope you receive this message today, alright?